Man, thanks, man, for having me.
Right on.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
And I'm a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Hey. Oh, man, so awesome.
To show you.
I look good.
Hey, I'm just loving that you have the shirt today. Like, this is just amazing. Like, you just got me at the door.
We all need money.
Hello, guys.
How you doing?
Welcome to the Block Podcast. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. All right, today, guys, we have with us Yvette Dupree, CEO and facility administrator of Optimal Dialysis. And we also have Mr. Richard Russell, CEO and Director of Biomedical Services. And both of them are smarter than me. So let's get it started. How you guys doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Loosen up. Have
Okay,
fun.
all right.
That's what we're doing. You on the block.
Okay.
You can chill. All righty, guys. Glad to have you guys here.
Appreciate it.
I know a little bit about dialysis, but nowhere near what you know. So I'm going to let you guys go ahead and introduce yourself. Ladies first.
My name is Yvette Dupree. I am CEO, as you stated, and founder, facility director of Optimal Dialysis.
Okay. And a little bit of background.
I am an RN. I have been an RN for 16 years, and I worked in the dialysis field for 12 of those years. And so that's my history.
All righty. Mr. Russell.
Well, my name is Richard Russell. I'm also CEO,
Okay.
also Director of Biomed Services over at Optimal Dialysis. I have about 20 years experience. I started off as a patient care technician for many years. I gradually moved to a water tech, which you treat the water before they go into the dialysis patients. And then I recently moved into being a regular biomed. Then I started managing other buildings as far as training teams, getting it together for us, the water go. So that's pretty much my story.
Okay. And not to be forgotten, Mrs. Tracy Harris. If you guys just give a little rundown for
Tracy?
her. Yes.
Tracy is a certified CCHT. She's a patient care technician. She's worked with Richard and I for about 7 years or so.
8 years.
Just so the background is Richard, myself, and Tracy.
Okay.
We all work together opening dialysis facilities for a well-known dialysis company in the city of Indianapolis.
Okay.
So we three together came about, hey, we've been doing it for other businesses for quite some time. How about let's do our own? So that's how that came about.
All right. Okay. Now, you guys, are you the first black
We
dialysis
are.
clinic?
First
Yes,
black.
sir.
First black-owned-
black-owned dialysis
Yes, sir.
facility. Yes.
Okay, that's a good
Yes,
thing about having
yes.
my own show. I can just
Right.
act a fool whenever I want to.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, what brought this on? What was why did you guys decide, to come together and do this? I mean, what was the idea behind it? I mean, and is this the first time you guys tried it, or have you tried it before, or?
No, I can say this is the first time we've tried it.
Okay.
As I stated before, Richard and I worked together for many years, doing opening facilities for other companies. So we said one day we were just sitting down talking about what can we do to be entrepreneurs, and what do you want to do? You want to do something that you know best. What did we
Exactly.
know best? Dialysis. So we put our minds together. We started out just thinking, having a facility was not something in our mind at first. We were just going to focus on home dialysis and going into patients' homes and helping them with dialysis.
Oh, okay.
But then we started on a bigger scale when we found a building, and then the building came about. Richard found the building, and then we said, okay, well, the Lord blesses us with the building, so that's what we did. Was we then started looking into opening our own facility and doing the research. the knowledge we already had. So because we had been doing it for many years. So now it was, what do we need to do it for ourselves? I would say too, and looking back, when you work for someone else, there's a lot of things that you don't agree with. You feel like there's different things that can be done in a different way. So then we said, when we own our own, we can do it the way we want to do it.
Exactly.
And we can do it the right way.
That's right.
So that's how that came about.
All right. And now that I want to explain this so the guests understand what I'm saying here. Now, your clinic specializes in ESRD treatment, which stands for end-stage renal disease treatment. Now that I said that, could you explain that to us? What that means?
End-stage renal disease is kidney failure. In a nutshell, your kidneys stop working. You're no longer able to filter toxins in and out of your body. So it takes a machine, which is called a dialysis machine. It's several modalities, but we're focusing on the dialysis machine. So what it does is it diffuses the blood in your body, so it takes the toxins and the urine out of your body, and we replace it. So actually, we operate as your artificial kidney for you.
Okay. And because you said that the kidneys no longer work at all. Is that different than if they work a little or no? Because I don't know, so I'm asking now.
Well, you can operate and you can still work with one kidney.
Okay.
So there are people who donate their kidneys. You can still work with a half a kidney, but you are in the process of going into renal failure.
Okay.
So once your kidneys are completely gone, you will need dialysis.
Okay. All right. Now I have a better understanding because I didn't quite know. You know what I mean? I actually
a lot of people don't. So ask us whatever you want, because I mean, it's informative. If a lot of people do not know what dialysis is unless they have a family member or know someone or they're in the healthcare field, dialysis is just not something that everybody's out there shouting about what happens to it, just like most people know about heart failure or things like that. But dialysis is a specialized service, and unless you live it, know someone who's doing it, you really don't actually know what it does.
Okay. Yeah, because I know a little. I had a really, really good friend, and she passed away. And she was actually the first home patient for, I believe it was Next Stage. The actual machine came to our house, and I would actually hook her to the machine.
Absolutely.
So I know a little.
Yes, you know a lot if you did that.
So I understand a little. You know what I mean? But I do know that, like you said, a lot of people don't know. They know kidney failure,
right?
But they don't pass that.
They don't know the process.
They don't know it. You know what I mean? And I didn't either. Before that, I wouldn't have known. You know what I mean? And so that was. I mean, when you reached out to me, I said, okay, yeah, this is a good show, because I'm all about putting out something that's informative, that you can learn from. And this is beautiful. That's the perfect topic here. Okay, guys. Now, for those that may want to know a little bit more about the facility, the actual building, okay? Can you explain the setting of your facility? Like, would your facility, because are you guys big? Are you guys small?
Well,
that's Rock's baby. I'll let him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we small by design because we want an intimate setting for the patient. We want the one-on-one. We want them to feel like this is my mother in here. So we have 4 settings, and we have COVID restriction wall barriers that you don't get that from the other facilities. Most of the time you a whole line of maybe 20 patients and you next door to them. So now you separate. So now I can talk to you about your loved ones, your illnesses. You can talk to the doctor. You can talk to the nurses. So
this
more
is really
intimate.
personal.
It's more personal. It's more one-on-one. It's never more than 4 at a time. We got several shifts, so we can still get them in. We're not trying to be a warehouse for people. We want to show them that we love them, we want to show them that we care about extending their life. So the point of us building this facility is to give them more, how can I say, more non-fortunate people the same respect that you do if you have money, because our facility is built for everybody's on the same playing field.
Okay. And now with that going, is there any like restrictions as far as like insurance or anything like that? I don't know how that works either.
Exactly. We accept all insurances. We do accept Medicare, Medicaid, and commercial insurances. Most people, we do take cash as well, because if for some reason you come in and your insurance has not, you can't get insurance, or you're in the process of getting insurance, or whatever happens, or we're not in network and you don't have out-of-network benefits, then we will accept cash. But I will say we would like to have revenue, but we want people not to say they won't come to our facility because they don't have insurance.
Right.
We'll work around that.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Now, is there like, I guess we kind of a little bit, but is there any other benefits to having a smaller facility versus a larger one?
Well, with that, being a nurse, you get more specialized care. With the bigger facility, as Richard said, you have a lot of patients, and the patients are sitting next to one another. And you have maybe in a 16 chair facility, you may have 1 or 2 nurses and a couple techs, and you have the ratio is like 1 to 4, 1 to 5, something like that. Well, for us, like Rock said, we have 4 stations. We have 1 nurse and 1 tech there, and I'm there as well. Rock is there as well. So we have our social worker there, and our dietitian are there in-house. So you have a lot of specialized people that are looking over you, watching over your care. Like we said, it is family oriented. When you come into our facility, it looks as though you're walking into maybe your house.
Wow.
And so we have, you need to come and check it out.
Yeah, I gotta stop by now.
It's a warm feeling. Because
I've never been to a dialysis clinic, but I've been to a blood bank, but not a dialysis center. I'm sure that the seating is kind of similar. A little
similar. Yes. Yeah. So I mean, with being smaller, we can give that individualized care. We can come around, and instead of maybe, for instance, if I have 16 patients, I can't spend a lot of time to sit down and talk with you.
Yeah.
If I will, but if I have 4 patients, how many can I see in an hour versus if I had 16 people, how many could I see in an hour? So we're able to give that specialized care, and we've been doing it for a long time. So we like to say that we have over 60 years of experience in our facility. So you have people in there that have been doing dialysis for a long time, and we just love to take care of our patients. So.
That's a lot of knowledge. That's a lot of years of experience. That's good. Okay, now I want to know what does it take to like start up a dialysis center? Like, because the reason why I'm wanting this because I can only imagine like I know to film in certain places could be a headache. Yeah. I can only imagine trying to open a medical facility of any kind. I wouldn't care what you was working on. Correct. Just period, with the state and you know what I mean, and the laws and it just just like, what does it take like to open a dialysis center? Because I know we spoke and you because you were kind of excited about your deficiency free state survey that you guys knocked out of the park. And I'll let you guys explain that part because I don't really understand it either. So, but yeah, explain what it takes. What is the process or something like that?
Well, I'll let Rock start off because he's the water guy.
Okay.
Without him, you don't have a clinic. So I'll let him start off with what he needs to do first.
So what does it take to start a clinic? First of all, it takes a collective team with the same goal, because no one person can open up a clinic because there's so many different modalities and different avenues for the clinic. So once we got our team together, our doctor, our nurses, our dietitians, We put it on paper. We went and we looked for a building. Once we found a building, we have to make sure we have our water treated. And what I mean by treating the water that you and I take every day is not the same water that goes in and out of the dialysis patients on the daily. We have to take the chlorine and chloramines, all the toxins out of the water. So first of all, before we do anything,
Now, is that like osmosis?
That's exactly
That's
what it is.
exactly what it
It's
is.
diffusion.
No, a little something.
Yeah.
A little something.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
So once we get our water clean, we get it tested, we get it regulated through CMS. That's the first step. And so then, that's just the first step.
That was just okay.
We get our building.
We're gonna be here till next week. We'll see y'all later.
Like I said, we get our building, we get our equipment in to treat the water.
Okay.
And then we treat the water, we go through all the testing and the regulations through the state. So once we got all that done, then we bring our equipment in and we go through that same process again, testing the equipment, make sure it's safe, CMS regulations, state regulations. So now we got our equipment, now we got our machines, we got our building, our water is treated. Then I slide it to my jeans of a partner and we fill the circle in.
All right.
Yeah. So after he gives me the go-ahead on the water and the machines, then we have to have policies and procedures along with going with the water. So Richard has his own policy and procedure book that's strictly water. He has probably over 100 policies that are just strictly water. And then we come to the facility, the clinical part of it. We have about 200 plus policies for just the clinical portion. So once you have your policies and procedures together, you have to develop your staff. You have your staff has to be trained, so they have to be oriented, and then we have to do in-services to make sure that everyone is on the same page, and there's a checklist to make sure, a skills checklist to make sure that we're doing everything properly and we're following our policies and procedures. And then once you do that, you have to then have a patient. So you have one patient that comes in. The patient will dialyze, and then you submit your application to the Indiana State Board. They do of CMS. They don't tell you when they're coming. They just
What is the CMS?
Centers for Medicaid and Medicare Services.
Okay.
So they will then just show up at your door one day. And so you are supposed to then, they will ask you for different policies and procedures, ask you how you do the water, ask you how you take your chlorine checks, ask you how you treat your patients, how you do your crash cart in an emergency, what you do in emergency preparedness as far as how you take your patients out of the building, exit strategies, all that, and that's just small, minute of what I just said. So they then come in, they're there for a couple days. Our state representative was there for 3 days.
About 3 days, yeah.
3 days, and then they give you like a report card. So if you have any deficiencies, meaning things that did not we didn't follow our policies and procedures, or we didn't follow the state requirements, then they would give us like a citation. Once they give you the citation, then you have so long to correct it.
Okay.
So we were fortunate enough that we were deficiency free, meaning that we did not have any requirements that we did not meet, and there wasn't anything that they felt like we weren't following our policies and procedures. So
Okay. And I'm thinking now the deficiency free, that's what we're talking about, that you now, because you said, wait a minute, no, I think you said you get the patient in the building, you run it, and then that's when they come out and do the deficiency. So you run a patient before you even cleared really to even say, yeah, you okay.
correct.
Wow.
So we have to put all that up, and say state came in, they could say, well, you're not doing this right, so we're shutting you down. You can get in immediate jeopardy immediately.
And then that's it.
And
All
that's
that
it.
work,
Yes.
gone.
Gone. But fortunate enough, like I said, we have been doing this for so many years for someone else that we were deficiency free with those clinics. So we thought, okay, well, why can't we do it again for ourselves? Because we did it for someone else. So we have to have meetings and paperwork with our medical director. So we follow his direction. He's been a nephrologist for a long time. So we just, it's one of those things that.
Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot going, and I know that like you just really kind of blew through that. Like it's way, I know it's way more.
Yeah,
than
like
that.
when you said when the street lights come on, then we can go. You'll be like, look, you'll be in trouble because you passed your curfew.
yeah. And, I mean, because I said, I know, I mean, it has to be a lot because you're dealing with medical. So but I know it has to be a super amount of work, but I didn't know that it was set up like that. It makes sense that you would have to set up the entire thing first, run it, then somebody come in and be like, no.
Right.
So,
Yes.
but that's cool though. You guys, it's deficiency free though. That's good.
We were extremely confident that we would get through. Like she said, we done this so long for so many people. So we figured we finna get back to our community. And so it was no fear. It was, this is what's right. This is called by God.
Let's
this
just
is
do
our turn.
what we do.
Yeah, this is what we do. Let's just get it done.
That's awesome, man. That's great. Now you guys offer. Now go into a little bit about the home dialysis therapy. Is that going into the home? Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
So we will be offering both services. We will be offering services for home dialysis, which means you have a machine, a next stage machine, which you know about, in your home. If you do not have what they call a partner, we will be able to provide you with a partner. So just like you were your friend's partner, some people would like to be at home, but they just don't have access to a partner. So we will provide a partner for them. Also, we are going to also have home dialysis where if you're in the nursing home, then we will provide those services as well in the nursing home. So alongside of us having in-center, which is when you come to our building.
Okay. And now if a patient wants to find out more about you or become a patient, how do they go about that?
Right now, they can call us. Our phone number is 1-888-261-2206. Our address is 8315 East 56th Street, Suite 120. And right now, we have a Facebook page as well, which is Optimal Dialysis. So we will be posting things on there. And then if you can contact us through DM. As I said, we'll be on Facebook and Instagram. And our web page is in construction right now, but it will be up here shortly. As I said, our grand opening will be in August, so it will be up by then. But if you call that number and you will contact myself or Richard, and you can come in for a tour at any time. We're always open to facility tours.
Oh, okay. And how do you just give a call?
Just give us a
Just
call.
set up a tour.
Set up a tour.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a call. That's this.
We're on the northeast side of town on the Fort Harrison campus, so everybody know exactly where we at.
Okay. Yeah, because I knew it was East 56, but I don't know 83. I don't know exactly where that is. So okay, all right, right by Fort Benjamin Harrison. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And the grand opening is Sunday, August 29th. And that's from 2 to 5?
Correct.
2 to 5.
From 2 to 5, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., August 29th, Sunday. Don't forget it. Be there or be square. All right. Now, okay, that was it. But I wanted to know, is there anything that you guys wanted to make sure that you got out? Anything I might have missed?
Well, I think you hit on all points. I just want to. If I want to get anything out, is we love what we do.
Okay.
We passionate about it, and we're going to treat you as if you was our parents, our loved ones. That's the whole point of that we came together and do this. And I'm really serious about that because there's so many people that get treated like cattle or second grade. You're not going to be like that at Optimal. We're going to listen to all your needs and your cares, good or bad, and we're going to work with you. Whether you need help getting food, we got a social worker to help people find places. I mean, we're in this thing with you, not just kidney failure. Stress kills the kidneys, not having a place to live. This is what we're a family, so we welcome anybody to our family, and we do this thing together.
Okay.
That's a ditto. Very well spoken, Richard.
That was really well. It really was. All right, well, guys, the lights is on, and the street lights is on, and we're about to go in the house.
All right.
That's right.
I am going to get in touch with you guys. I do want to come out and check that out.
Absolutely.
And I will be reaching out to you if you get that website to make sure that I get it on the show, so we will have that. And I'll have all your connections or your Facebook and everything else on there also.
Thank you, John,
Appreciate
for inviting
it.
us.
Appreciate
You're
it.
more than welcome. Thank you. And remember, this is the first black dialysis clinic in the state of Indiana. Yay.
Yay.
Support that. Show love. All right,
Thank
guys.
you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you for being here.
No
Thank you.
problem.
You're
Thanks for
welcome.
having us.